Welcome everyone to the B2B Heatwave, the only B2B marketing show where I, Georgi Furnadzhiev, sit down with seasoned marketing experts like Mark Grasmayer from ProductHero, now Channable, to discuss their hottest B2B takes and dive deeper into them. Now, without any further ado, Mark, first thing first, congratulations on the exit. How does it feel to be a head of marketing that leads a company to a particular exit?
It feels good. It's the second time that I was in a scale-up company. So the first one grew from 8 people to 85. Then I moved to Product Hero and I joined as I think 14 or 15, something like that. We're now with 50 people. So it's fun to build a brand and to now also continue building brands and seeing how a merge goes. So it's a fun and exciting time.
Yeah, exactly. As fun as the first week, because today we're going to do the hot sauce challenge. And I want us to start with trying out the first week. The sauce will be also displayed on the screen at the moment. The editor is going to include it. So, yeah, let's go with the first one.
Okay,
Okay,
let's see.
try. Okay.
This is sweet chili
Yeah.
sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bit spicy.
Yeah, but
For the first one.
you can imagine later how crazy it will go. Perhaps we're going to sweat as much as the leads in your CRM. Let's try and see what is your biggest B2B growth take.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people now focus on the using AI to create content as such, and they forget to make things personal. So they try to scale up what they do, and by doing that, they forget to focus on what humans have always done when buying something, and
Yeah.
that is that we want to trust what we buy. And most people don't trust companies anymore already. So I think that AI is making a lot of companies go into the wrong direction,
Okay.
like scaling content without making it personal. So that's the thing that I think that most B2B marketers are heading in the wrong way.
And when you think about building authority, what is the playbook that you guys used for Product Hero in order to lead to that exit?
Yeah, so what we have always done, so when I entered Product Hero, the first thing I did was like reverse engineer, like why did they grow? And the owners of the company, they are like total marketing geeks, like they are really deep into PPC, pay per click, and they had a huge network in marketing agencies. And there they also got their first customers, and the marketing agencies then gave it to their customers. And okay, I have to make sure that we scale this network. So that was the first thing that I focused on, was making sure that we have a partner program. We had that already at my previous company that worked, and that works very well. And here it also works well. So we have agency partners that get some revenue for selling our services,
Yeah.
and their customer is happy because they also benefit from the services.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win-win for all, and I think that's one of the flywheels. And the other way that we scale the community or the trust, like human connections, is that we do a lot of webinars together with our partners. So for example, also with not our partners, so if we want to get in touch with a marketing agency, and like the standard outreach that a lot of B2B marketers try to apply is share your benefits and share what's in it for them and such. Still, it feels like a sales pitch every time that I see this. So what we do instead is, instead of first targeting them with outreach in sales, we do outreach to say, hey, we're recording a video on this topic, or we're writing an article on this topic.
Yeah.
Can we include a quote from you? It has to be like 500 words,
Yeah.
and then we include it. And then by doing that, they already see the type of company that you are. They will already look like, who is this? So you let them do the research instead of pushing information to them. You ask them something, you will give them something
Of
because
course.
you will promote them, and then they will look into you. And that's a thing which is scalable if you grow your team, because then you can have multiple people do this. And yeah, we have one really good sales guy. He he does this like on his own. He goes to the UK. He's at every PPC event. There he meets people. He includes them in webinars. And he then also publishes on LinkedIn like pictures with those persons. When we merged with this new company, salespeople said, yeah, that guy is really annoying because he's everywhere. And I think that's the goal with marketing. A lot of people focus on one channel, but yeah, if you look at yourself, you don't only use LinkedIn.
Yeah,
Like you
correct.
also look in Reddit, you go to events. So you have to be everywhere. And that's what I think. Yeah, you should be in touch with people everywhere. That's the thing.
I love that. And let's celebrate that success with the second link.
Oh yeah.
So here is the second sauce that it's about to be introduced to me and Mark. So Mark, cheers.
There we go.
There we go. This one looks very interesting. I'll just see that before even biting. Okay.
It tastes
Like mayonnaise.
yeah,
No. Not bad at all.
with a bit of pepper.
Yeah. No. I think this is less spicy
This
than the
one
first
is
one
good. Yeah,
so far.
I think so too. The first one was more spicy.
Yeah.
Maybe this one has an afterglow. That's
Oh yeah.
but I
Definitely.
could do this one on my sandwich. It's,
Perfect. I think you mentioned the information and as a whole building operations. And generally, I know you quite well, and you have been talking about this. You call it a brutal operational excellence.
yeah.
So, what does that mean? How do marketing leaders go there?
Yeah, so I think it was about 8 years ago that one of my teachers at university said marketing is just a operation. And that sounds really boring, but also I've been to music school and there we also taught that creativity, a lot of people think creativity is something magical, but it's not. It's something you can replicate and you can just use some methodologies to to accelerate activity. And I think for the operations, like what's important is that you make sure that if you do something, you make a process out of it. So write down the steps, time it, see where you can improve, and then keep improving. Especially for SaaS companies nowadays, there are many people who vibe code scripts and such,
Yeah.
which can easily replace software solutions. And they publish it on LinkedIn and act like they will be the next superstar software company because they vibe coded it in an hour. The only thing that they forget is that a software company, you have to make sure that everything's scalable. So it has to have a lot of load on it and still work. It has to be secure because if customer data ends on the street, then your company is
Yeah, don't do that very
finished.
much. Yeah, exactly.
And so there are many things which SaaS companies have that they should focus on and which they should showcase as well to the outside world. I think that will become more and more critical because, yeah, I can write a script in 10 minutes. And now, even today, I used an AI agent and I didn't even have to write a script. I could just say to the AI agent, visit these 100 pages and see which industry these companies belong to. And then it does it. You don't even have to write a script for it.
Yeah.
And that used to be a software solution. And still, like I now notice with this, for example, that it can do it, but it's really slow. And I want the information now,
Of course.
today. So
Of
then
course.
you do need to pay for a software subscription to get it immediately.
Yeah, but it becomes more accessible, which is, I think, a topic that I want to bring up after the next week.
Oh, yeah.
So let's move to the next one, number 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Okay. And
orange.
here
Looks like
is
mango.
Yeah, exactly. Here is the third sauce on screen. Okay. Cheers.
It's a bit sour.
Yeah. I feel like it will have an after effect. I don't know why. It does a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting to spice
If
up.
I start sweating at some point, don't mind me because we also forgot to get tissues, but that's another topic.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Just do it like this.
Yeah.
It's good though.
Yeah, but do you feel like it's already starting to sweat a bit? Slowly
No,
going there?
not yet. I think in terms of spicy food, I've been to Nepal and Vietnam sometimes, and I like trying different
Okay.
types of food. So I think I will be probably okay until the last
Bit.
3 or 4.
Okay. Okay. And we mentioned about like operations, right? We talked a little bit about it, but it's I want to dive a little bit more into it. How do you sell like building this boring infrastructure within your company when your founders ultimately want results today?
Yeah.
Operations is nice, but hey, does that brings the leads in that case?
Yeah.
How do you battle that?
Yeah, I think I'm also really lucky with the founders. They both have a marketing background, or all three of them have a marketing background.
Yeah.
So I'm really lucky with that. Makes explaining things a lot easier.
Mm.
Previous companies, sometimes it was a bit of a battle, but still, I think that what most B2B marketers should do is always have, like, in every week or month, have one part spent on long term and one part spent on short term. I wrote a LinkedIn post about it a while ago. Every week I start my week by looking at what's one thing that we can do this week to get more trials, and what's one thing we should focus on for getting more trials in the coming months, like the coming
Yeah.
quarters. And I do that during the planning session with the team. So with the team, every time we look at the numbers, every week we start looking at the trials and the subscriptions, like which subscriptions sell most. And then we create one thing each to get more trials. And I think that's just like making it a rhythm to keep it repetitive and also to report on that.
Yeah.
Because I think that's where a lot of B2B marketers forget that it's also your job to report
Absolutely.
it, because if you don't report it, then people will start asking questions. So you want to be
Exactly.
to be
Exactly.
first.
I think Yulin, who is the one of the founding partners, I don't know why, but I'm starting to sweat. I think Yulin mentioned that as a marketing leader, you need to be able to manage both up and down, meaning within your team, but also to your executives. So that's a
Yeah,
very great point when it comes to, hey, tell your story, what's working, what's not working. Challenge people based on that particular thing.
exactly. Yeah.
I think I'm
Going
ready
for
for
the
the next
fourth.
one. Are you?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Here is sauce number 4.
Looks like a curry.
Yeah, a bit. Okay.
Mm. Okay. This one is a bit hotter.
Yeah.
It tastes like a curry as well.
Whew. Yeah.
This is
I think we start to approach. Yeah.
proper Asian spices in here.
Yeah. I need a towel. Okay, but we talk about variations, how to bring them up. Every time, whenever there is a new thing within your company, when do you know that you need to operationalize it, and when it's okay? It's still very early to be being put in a system in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's one of the things that I started doing at my previous company in the third year or something that I joined. Before that, I just looked at website visitors. I wanted to increase the website visitors, want to increase the number
I'm
of.
sorry, there's a kickback
It's
from the
getting
sauce.
hotter.
Yeah.
I wanted to focus on the leads, but I think that what changed my mind is that you should be able to see something in the revenue moving. If it moves in the revenue, then you have to make it a standard operation to be able to scale it.
Yeah.
So for example, if we start running ads on a new platform, then I just play around with it until I see now there's
Mm.
traction, like visitors to the website that have a higher engagement.
Yeah.
Then if that happens, then I will operationalize it. And before that, it will just be like a weekly check-in with the team to see, okay, what's happening? Are we having traction? If not, then let's
Iterate
keep
on it. Yeah.
experimenting. And as soon as it's getting traction, then we try to scale it. And that's, I think, the way to do it.
Awesome. And before we move to the next one, I want to actually give the listeners, the watchers, whatever, the audience, an example. So, what is something that you recently scaled and turned into a system from a day to day?
Yeah, I think our approach to creating case studies,
Okay.
because in the past we created case studies. We asked our partner managers like, "Hey, do you have anybody who has a client that's really happy?" And what we do now is we work together also with our customer success department. We have a joint list where we see the results that customers have. And from that list, we can then target people to invite them to join a case study. And that's a process which we then created to have a set of questions which are like prepared. And the time for creating a case study for us, I think it's 1 hour, maybe 2 hours on our side to do it. Most of the work is done by the customers.
Yeah.
And then we also operationalized the distribution of it by also making sure that, and that's something a lot of marketers also forget, like we like to create new stuff and then it's finished, we move on to the next.
Yeah.
But we also have a standard process in which we then publish it on LinkedIn and then add it to the ad sets to make sure that it also gets views. That's the important part.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Let's just go to the next wing.
Yeah, this one looks,
it's dark. I don't know, it doesn't normally look that goes well with the chicken, but let's give it a go. Sauce number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I took a big one.
sweet.
This one will have aftertaste already now.
It tastes quite sweet.
Yeah.
I think the hit will come later.
Yeah. It feels like it will be coming a little bit later.
Yeah, tastes like ketchup, actually.
Interesting. This
I
was
think-
not that bad.
I think this might be the first one.
No, in the box was number 5, but hey.
We'll see. Maybe it starts burning in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. So around building social presence and promoting the efforts of your customers as social case studies, what is like, how do you see the whole creator economy and how can brands leverage more creators?
Oh, yeah. So I think that the most important thing is becoming like humans, because the more AI we have, the more humans are important. For whatever you do, you should try to get real humans involved. We have a strategy for the community where we focus on 3 parts. So one is the partners, the agencies. The second is the PPC experts.
Yeah.
So those are like the influencers in the industry. And then the community, and that is trying to connect all of them. So we have one way of doing this, and that is we, together with one of our partners, task force and agency, every year we host an event, and there we invite all the lead PPCers in the industry to make sure that they connect to each other as well. And there we also recorded a podcast with the most influential people in the industry to also get their takes on marketing for e-commerce. And that's something which we then also promote, but they also share it with their audience. So that's also a way that then they will end up seeing your company. And then the trick is just to say really smart stuff and not like the generic content that we could create a couple of years ago and get clients.
Exactly.
Luckily, I've never focused on that as an SEO strategy. At my previous company, I did for a while and it worked, but like most content that I've always focused on is like your own research, your own experiences.
Yeah.
And those are things that cannot be replicated by AI. Yeah, people want to know how other people experience it.
Of course.
And that's why I think having people share it, and not only the good things, but also, hey, I used your solution, but I didn't get results. So I tried this and this instead, and that worked. By just openly sharing those things as well, I think that's like crucial for companies, not to only sell like this works. People feel like if you tell the truth.
Yeah, if it's scripted in that case.
Yeah.
It's funny because I also used a few creators in the past, not by paying them because they were like relatively close, or generally we build our trust among them. So therefore they were happy to do it for free. And my whole playbook revolves around also enabling that creator to go in their natural content medium. So if that person is extremely strong in video,
Yeah.
don't give him bullet points because
Oh, yeah.
it will be like you're killing the creativity, and then it will feel less authentic, and therefore the results will be worse. And I think we also did that for one of the meetups that we had previously, and that worked quite well. Like I think that day we had around 60 registrations of heads of marketing, and that was
yeah.
freaking dope. I miss the meetups. That's all I
Me
think.
too.
Cool.
Looking forward to the event though.
Yeah,
That will be nice.
absolutely. Bit to Bolt, August 21st, and then the TGS Con in September 18th. So this is sauce number 6. Let's see how that will go. It's sweet. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it started sweet,
yeah, oh,
but now it's starting to burn. It's a nice taste.
yeah, it's nice.
It has something fruity.
Yep.
I think they added something fruity to make it cool it out a bit.
If you need milk, let me know at the in time.
Yeah, I think I'm still good.
Okay.
It's
I think we'll survive until number 7.
yeah. I think now I'm starting to sweat. Though,
Yeah,
with this
yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. When we were talking about recording the episode, you mentioned something about earning authority. How do Product Hero manage to do that in the past? Because obviously everyone runs ads like Google Ads, right? And
Yeah.
I'm sure there are a lot of other vendors around like Bowl or anything else that they also advertise, right? And it's I don't know whether it was that heavy in competition as a market, like you tell me, but how did you manage to earn that authority?
Yeah, our company, like Product Hero, it started because of EU law. So the Google got a fine by the European Commission because they were unfair compared to price comparison websites.
Sorry, yeah, I feel it in my throat.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I think that back then the owners of this company they had a price comparison site. I thought, okay, now the European Union forced Google to start with the Google CSS partnership, and there the comparison websites they get a 20% bidding advantage on the shopping ad auction. So if I put €1 into the shopping ad auction at Google, 20 euro cents goes directly to Google as a margin. And with a CSS partner, the entire euro goes into the auction. So your cost per click can go down or your impressions can go. And there are many competitors, but I think that we had a huge benefit of being one of the first. And I think that the authority of the owners of the company helped us to get really big clients because one of the owners of our company is like the most recognized PPC specialist
Okay.
in the industry, and he also has a huge network.
Okay.
So we got some huge clients, and all the clients in the shopping ads on Google, they have Buy Product Hero underneath their shopping ads. So if you look for any product online, you will probably see Buy Product Hero.
Right. So it's like a growth loop in that sense. Like
Yeah.
people see it, they will click on it because it's
Yeah.
also like the cheapest or like the best result with a review wise.
Yeah, and that's also how we get a lot of customers because then they see, okay, if IKEA and Nike and G-Star and such have Buy Product Hero underneath their shopping ads,
Yeah.
then maybe we should also have this solution. Then they will look into it. So I think the authority building is done by both the community and also showcasing which clients you have. And for us, it's really easy because our clients do that automatically.
Yeah.
But if clients don't do that automatically, as a marketer, you can also create case studies together with them and promote them to get the same result in the end.
Yeah. Nice. I want to dive a little bit deeper into your playbook for winning in competitive markets. Ladies and gentlemen, this is sauce number 7. It's a
It's like a green color.
Oh, okay. Give it a go.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. It's doable. I won't go into the hospital yet. That's the
Yeah, this one we will survive, but it has a long sting to it.
Yeah. Definitely. Also, shout out to the lady that makes the chicken wings. They're nice.
They're really good.
Oh, nice. Okay.
If they're from close by, you should give me the address
Yep,
afterwards.
right over there. There is this. I think it's a family business that they ran and they make it. But I was thinking, I know we make this with croquettes or with chicken wings, but honestly, I wouldn't like to eat croquettes with that many sauces.
10 croquettes would be too much.
Yes.
I think this one is getting spicy.
Yeah.
The tongue starts tingling.
Okay. Cool. I think I'll be able to push through and ask all of my remaining questions. Let's go with Jesus Christ. Let's go with your playbook for winning in competitive markets, because honestly, nowadays with AI, and that's like where the whole point of B2B is being on its inflection point, it's way harder to win nowadays, simply because there is simply so much competition, right? But I'm sure that there are multiple people or leaders that can learn from your playbook upon like how do you win in such competitive markets.
Yeah, I think a really nice example for this, because for everybody who went to business school, we learn about competitive research to look what your competitors are doing and such.
Yeah.
But if you think about how marketing works, the more you see something, the more you will like it and you will start acting like it. That people say it about movies and such. If you watch movies, you will act like in the movie. If you look too much at your competitors, you will start looking like them.
I just can't. I'm sweating. Yeah,
I thought you were getting emotional.
that as well.
My previous company, Workspace 365, we had a digital workspace and we looked at what our competitors were saying. And unknowingly, we started using the same language, using the same colors. So it was in the IT industry. All the companies had this blue brand style and such.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I realized what happened, because for my study, I did a dual study and I had to do a competitive research as well.
Yeah.
And I wanted to compare the communication. And I thought, oh, it's nice to put some visuals next to each other. And then I did it. And I looked at it and I thought, I cannot see the difference between these companies. Like they all look similar to us.
Yeah.
And that's when I hired a creative agency
Mm.
to see, okay, what can we do to be like the opposite of all our competitors? And that's still, I think, the trick to do is do look at your competitors, but try to do the opposite of what they are doing. So if they
Right.
are being like very bold, try to be a bit more boring.
Yeah.
If they are being, if they're focusing on their pricing, focus on the quality. And
Right.
like this trick, I think it works in any industry. That's something which I would definitely
advice.
recommend.
Yeah. Okay. Time is ticking, and I think we've been avoiding the week number 7 right now. So, did we get more wings? I can't count right now. Okay. So, yeah. Next sauce is this one.
Oh, you smell it.
So-
Then you know what's going to happen.
I just already know. Ooh.
Oh yeah, no, it's really hot. It reminds me of the third or fourth one with the curry-like flavor.
I think the secret is to eat more chicken. Oh, yeah, definitely. Whoa.
Yeah, this one is hot. I think if you cannot handle spices, then this one will finish you.
Yeah. I'm scared for number 10 to this point. But okay, I'm still able to speak. Let's go to the final part of the interview, which is, or the chat, whatever, which is all about. I know you were a.
No, it's getting hot.
I know that you're a huge. I'm sorry. Do you need milk?
No, that's just
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I know that you're huge. Oh, my lips starting to.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm really trying not to rub in my face with my hands.
okay. Okay. If I start running at some point, I will include it. Okay. So last question from this section is: you pretty much fought against other competitors that are way bigger. Sorry, my grammar is out of the scope at the moment. How did you win with ProductHero? Because you mentioned how people can look at it, but in reality, how did you do it? What channels did you use? I think you mentioned, but what was that tipping point?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think tipping point was probably already. I think I joined almost at the tipping point, so that's nice because that makes it life easier as a marketer.
Not like my lips that are burning at the moment.
I think the tipping point for us was getting more and more clients that showcased that they were clients of ours, and that created like a snowball effect. Because if you can have a lot of companies put their trust in you and you can share that trust with others, their decision becomes easier as well. I think the real tipping point, like I think the tactic that I used to get to the tipping point was make ProductHero more human.
Yeah.
All price comparison websites were like shady. Like you would enter the website and it would not show any human as such. And I actually discovered that one of our competitors used exactly the same design agency,
Okay.
and they had the same like visual elements, like those hands that have no soul or whatever. And I think a tipping point was to include humans in everything. So images on the website, having the founder in a video, having our email onboarding flow included, like pictures of our support team. So just to make sure that people immediately see, these are people, I can trust them with my money and the access to my accounts. Because for us, like we have access to people, their merchant center, so we can see all the product data. And I think that's
You need
like
a huge trust.
yeah, you need a huge trust to get that. And that's one thing that I think our partnerships team has built up tremendously by visiting all agencies that are like in our partner program. I think that that's the thing that built most trust.
Absolutely.
Because also if you're friends with somebody, and that's what happens when you visit them in real life and you see them at events, then you become friends. And then it's really hard to switch to a competitor, because then it's stabbing you in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
It will feel like that.
Exactly, which is something that I feel like a lot of sales teams also, and that goes nicely with where we want to go, which is your favorite topic, which is AI. But I think sales teams nowadays also focus a lot on automations and like engineering rather than actually building that relationship. So hot take, stop watching those missions and actually go talk to those people. Like people pick up the phone. Oh, like I pick up the phone to you, send you a message to join this challenge. Okay, final stretch. Mark, are we ready?
Yeah, my nose is already running.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for the next one.
The fact that you survived to here means a lot, Mark. So you gotta be proud.
To be like Dave Grohl on the Hot Wheels show.
Just stone cold. Oh, okay, number 9. Last stretches. Oh man, just the texture of this.
Okay, I think I will not. The flavor is good.
Yeah.
Like it starts really nice, but I think that as soon as you have something as spicy as that, and it's a bit fruity, that's like a cover up for what's coming.
I don't know if I need to laugh or cry at this moment.
Both.
Oh. Oh, okay. Do we need milk or something?
Still good.
Okay.
I think the milk will not help with this.
Okay. Ready for the final stretch of questions?
Yeah.
And the final wink in a bit. Okay.
Keeps getting harder.
Yeah. Next time I'll open a window or something. Okay. Oh. I can't think clearly at this point. Okay. Nice. Okay. So automations, and I know that you. So how do you leverage AI within your day-to-day? Give us the best cases that you came up with, and if you can explain also the mindset behind it, that would be amazing.
Yeah, the cool thing with AI is it doesn't It can stand the heat. It can go and do whatever you can. Yeah. So how I use AI in my day to day, I think that because I'm of course like a marketing manager, so next to using it myself, I think the most important part is yeah, it's really hard. I didn't realize that your mouth starts watering because of the spices. It makes talking a bit more difficult.
Yep. And especially when it's on your lips, it's so nice.
Yeah, and on your hands, your
Yeah.
face. Yeah, so I think with everything in my career so far, I've always wanted to do something first and experiment and see what makes things better to be able to have and hire somebody else.
Yeah.
I once saw an interview with I think it was not sure. I think it was Bill Gates or something. He hired a financial advisor, and this financial advisor started using all kind of difficult terms, and he just wrote them down and then he researched them afterwards to be able to understand it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a manager should also do. So I think as a marketing manager, it's like your responsibility to understand like what a tool has for options
Yeah.
so that you can then guide your team on using it and guide them where to find information on how to use it. So with AI, I've always loved technology. That's also why I ended up in the software industry. So as soon as ChatGPT came out, I started playing around with it. First, of course, for content creation and such. But now with ChatGPT, there's so many options that you can use it for.
Yeah.
I think the most used option for me is especially with combining data sets and such. So to create formulas to combine data sets. And for the team, I think the most important part is that I try to challenge them to first ask all their questions to ChatGPT. Just
Mhm.
like in the past, people would say, "Did you Google it?" There is actually a site called "Let Me ChatGPT That for
Oh,
You." I
okay.
was thinking about creating it, but it's already there. Somebody beat me
That's
to
awesome.
it. So that's what I try to do with my team as well. If they've asked me like, "Hey, what's a good go-to-market strategy to enter the German market?" I asked them like, did you first ask ChatGPT, and if so, what did they came up with?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is training, and I think that's also a really cool thing to see with Channable, because at Product Hero I have a really small team. It's really easy to say, okay, let's sit together on Monday morning, 1 hour, we go through this together. But they organized like a half day for the entire commercial department to look at
Oh, cool.
AI and to see have like different presentations on how to use it in every field. And I think that's for bigger organizations something to definitely do, stimulate the usage of AI, because it's the same like internet. And there are
Yeah.
still companies who imagine having a shop and not having a web shop, for example. You cannot beat Amazon or bol.com
Yeah.
with just physical stores.
Yeah, exactly. Which is a nice wake up call, I feel like, for a lot of marketing leaders as well, because normally, at least this is what I see even from building the community, right? So you have two types of people. You have the people that are like yourself, and that's why I love the fact that you're part of the community simply because you really like to develop yourself further and you're not confident with the current status quo. You really want to change it. You think there are better ways on how to do certain things, maybe better ways how to eat those wings as well. But yeah, that's the major difference also between different leaders. And with AI coming, it's like my grandpa adopting his mobile telephone.
Mm.
So you either resist it and then your wave comes in,
Yeah.
or yeah, you just adopt it early and then you start leveraging that technology, which we're slowly and surely going more
Yeah.
towards that space. Okay.
I just want to continue talking to avoid
No, no,
this one.
we're almost out of time. If someone from the GGS team sees that and I'm dead afterwards, good to know that I really enjoy my work. Okay, so finally, the spiciest sauce. Shall we do it?
Yes, let's go.
Let's do it. Where is it even? Oh, I think I put so little that I'm just scared to like.
There's a smoky flavor to it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, that was just the start. I want to say this one is not hot.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, it keeps building up.
Oh. I promise.
You can feel this one in your throat as well. It's nice.
Yeah, my tongue. I can feel my tongue. Oh. That's good because we're at the end of it. So if you want to add a little bit more to wrap it up. Oh, we did it. Nice. Okay. One last question. That I can give you the milk. Okay. What is the role of sorry, just can't stop laughing because it burns. Oh, okay. What is
okay. I'm sweating everywhere.
Last question. What is, in your opinion, the future of the CMO role?
I think I have no future. Okay, the future of the CMO role. Yeah. So I think that especially with AI, like today I tested an AI agent and I gave it instructions and it's like performing better than like an intern. I think previously with just like all the ChatGPT and such, if you ask a question and you still have to change things, but with the agents it can also perform tasks. So yesterday I was working from home and it was 4 and I was hungry.
Yeah, not for you.
And I saw the AI agent and I asked it, can you order a pizza Hawaii and have it delivered?
Oh.
And it just opens a browser and it goes through all the steps. It
Wow.
knew my address from the history of my chat and it actually ordered a pizza. At the payment step, it selects pay at
Your
the door.
last payment. Oh, pay at the door.
Yeah, and then it asks, do you want to continue? And then I say yes, and then it continues. And
Nice.
you get your pizza delivered just by saying to the agent, can you deliver me a pizza? So if this is like the level of technology that is now available today, then imagine where it will be in a year or two.
Yeah.
I think the role of the CMO is to look into the future and to think 4 or 5 years ahead at least.
Yeah.
And I think that marketing teams will dramatically change. Like I think I've always been fond of like lean teams, having as little people as possible.
Yeah.
And I think in the future that will be like the standard. You already see it with some SaaS companies now who have 10 persons and like $1 billion valuations.
Yeah.
I think that will become more and more of a standard for companies to have like minor teams and to use AI just in every field of the company.
Correct.
And that's what I think that a lot of marketers go into the wrong. They think CMO or marketing is promotion and advertising and such.
Yeah.
And I've always looked at like marketing as being involved with products, being involved with the people in the organization. And I think for CMOs, that's one thing that they should do is really try to get all the elements of like the Porter.
Yeah, the
marketing
go-to-market
framework.
strategy, and not only that, having cross-functional alignment, which is something indeed is that we are fighting for with the community, right? Like becoming a strategic revenue driver, not just watching your own bucket of doing brand and trying to, outside of doing such cool things, because this is a brand play at the end of the day, it's also understanding later the impact on it, and then how is that going to help with expectations that are set up from the sales. Oh, now these guys are doing the hot one challenge, but next time they jump from a plane, so imagine their product is as crazy as their show, which is true, by the way. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think also because what I think for CMOs, what they should really do, because you can now find a lot of information with AI. I know that a lot of course providers also have difficulties with this because people are stopped doing courses or finishing courses.
True.
We also see it with our own academy. And I think that a community with real people where you can validate your ideas and processes and discuss it with each other, that's like crucial for CMOs to take part in, because then you get like specific advice from a human and some points that angles that AI will not have. That's something which I like about the community as well.
Appreciate it. I think we ended up like this. Next week, I don't know what we're doing, but I know already it will be epic. So thanks everyone for watching the B2B Heatwave, and let us know in the comments what you think about this new format. I think it's quite nice. It's challenging. We're trying to bring someone who is like seasoned like Mark to showcase the real behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, let us know what you guys think about it, and if you like the episode, just share it on LinkedIn or YouTube or whatever. Thank you very much. I can talk. Have a good one.